started. Everybody can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, good. Let me just put this back up here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share obviously my screen with you guys, and just hold your questions towards the end, just so I can get through explaining how the course is set up. The course that I'm gonna use as a module is gonna be the Human Factors course. And I know that there are students from the Crew Resource Management online, from Aviation Safety, and also from the Private Pilot Ground School course. Now, all of the courses that I teach are formatted the same way, so it really doesn't matter whether I go over Crew Resource Management or Private Pilot. They're all formatted the same way. But I will hit on differences as I go on, so just take notes. And as I finish, write down your questions so we can talk about it later, okay? Okay, so the very first thing is Sakai, sakai.von.edu. That is your portal to access online accounts. And, and at the top here where my mouse is pointed, you should see all of your courses that you're registered for. So, for example, if I want to go to the Crew Resource Management, I click on this one. But in this case, we're going to talk about the Human Factors outline class. So when you first click on it, it brings you to this overview tab on the left-hand side. And that's pretty much the homepage for any course that you take through Sakai. On the right side, you're going to see announcements. And that is where the announcements that I make public are seen. And this is also linked to your Vaughn College email address. So you'll get it on Sakai, but you'll also get it on your email as you have been getting it. On the left-hand side, you have your syllabus tab. So the syllabus tab, when you click on it, brings you to your PDF syllabus. So if you click on this, it will pop up another page and will tell you the syllabus that we will be using for the class. Now, the syllabus is for your reference. The most up-to-date things are going to be in the lessons tab, which we will get into. But if you take a look at the Human Factors online course syllabus, you have the books that are required along with pictures so you don't get the wrong one. But you also have the course description, goals, learning outcomes, the grading policy, which is the same. The grading policy is the same as aviation safety and crew resource management. And it has the exact same case study project, which we'll talk about, and the white paper project, which we'll get into in a little while. There is, for all courses, 14 graded assignments. There are discussion participations, and there will be the case study project and something called the white paper, which we'll get into in a little while. But this is how you find your syllabus, by going to the syllabus tab, clicking on the PDF, and there you have it. So I'm going to exit this one out. Your calendar tab, that has the most up-to-date information in terms of when your assignments are due. Or discussion forum posts are due. So taking a look at Human Factors that just started today, the online class, I'm going to choose calendar by month. And the reason I'm going to choose calendar by month is because it gives me an overview of the month so I'm not missing anything. So, for example, right here on the 22nd, I posted on the calendar that we'll have this remote meeting at 7 p.m. But as you can see, yes, the module for Human Factors and Aviation Safety only, guys, runs from the module weeks run from Monday to Sunday of every week. And then every Monday, we're in a different week, or to say a different module. So let's say today for Aviation Safety and Human Factors only, the week begins on Monday today. Your initial forum post is due by this Thursday. So we'll get into forums in a little while, but every Thursday, you are required to answer the forum question. And by Sunday, you need to respond to at least 3 classmates, as it shows here where I'm highlighting, and you have your first assignment due. Come Monday the 29th, it's a new week, so we're moving on from there. Now, when it comes to the private pilot and crew resource management, those module weeks begin on Wednesdays and run all the way until Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it runs 7 days from Wednesdays to Tuesdays, and that's only for the crew resource management and the private pilot class. So don't get confused when we get a little bit deeper into it. At the bottom here, you have the legend tab. So just to give you a legend of what certain things mean. So this one's a meeting, you know, you can have the class section discussion, deadline. So all of your forums and all of your assignments will be posted as a deadline legend right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can highlight it. Right here. So the calendar is a really, really good tool to use to keep you up to date and also remind you of different things. I'm not sure if you can post like alerts kind of like on your iPhone through Sakai, but you guys can experiment on that and let me know if it actually works. Then you have the tab on the left-hand side, announcements. So this is where you see all of the announcements. Everything in blue on my page, because obviously I have the instructor page. Everything that's been published is in blue. You won't see any of the gray things. But if you need to look for something in particular, an announcement that I made that contained an attachment, you will find it here in the announcement section. Now, between the calendar tab on the left-hand side and the lessons tab on the left-hand side, these are the 2 most important tabs that you can have in Sakai for all of these courses that I teach. So if you click on the lessons tab for human factors, you will see that you have 14 modules here. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to complete 14 modules right now and then. They're all dated. So this week we're in module 1, which also applies to aviation safety because we just started aviation safety today. But for those of you that are in the crew resource management and private pilot, you also have these modules. They obviously just have different dates for you. So module 1, you click on that. It gives you the title, Introduction to Human Factors, and then kind of like an overview of what it is. And it runs from the 22nd, which is Monday, to the 28th, which is Sunday. And the reason I keep repeating myself is to get this in your head that these modules run 7 days, and then we move on to a new module. Once you click in the module 1, Introduction to Human Factors, you will see, I'm just going to scroll really fast, but it's pretty much everything that you have to do this week. Now, it may seem like a lot of writing, but a lot of it is for your information or for the future. So the way it's designed is, again, module overview, introduction to the module. You're going to have learning objectives. What are we trying to accomplish during module 1? You're going to have your activities, which is a summary of everything that we're going to cover during module 1. So activity 1.1 is introductions. 1.2, you have to read. Activity 1.3, you're going to view a presentation and a video. 1.4, you're going to do an assignment. Then you're going to do discussions. And activity 1.6 and 1.7 are your projects for this course, which one is due March 4th and the other one is due April 29th. And this case study and white paper only applies to crew resource management, human factors, and aviation safety. those of you that are in the private pilot course, that's completely different. You won't have a project, rather it's something else, which we'll discuss in a little while. So this is just a summary of these activities here. Now, if you want an expanded explanation of what each activity entails, then you look for activity 1.1, introduction. So it says, click on the link below. It's actually above. I'm not sure why it puts it on that, but click on the link below and introduce yourself with a brief autobiography in the introduction forum. We are interested in so on and so forth. Anyways, click on the link. That opens up a new tab, as you can see. And here brings you to the introduction discussion forum. To start a new conversation, you click on start a new conversation, you write the title, and you write your introduction. Once you're done writing your introduction, you will click post and move on to the next activity, which is activity 1.2, which is to read chapter 1 this week in the Human Error Approach to Aviation Accident Analysis text and chapter 1 in the Human Performance and Limitations text. So activity 1.2, it's only reading. Then you move on, when you're done reading, to activity 1.3. You're going to view a video presentation and you're going to review an aircraft accident timeline, which in the aviation safety class today, we did that live. So, but the human factor class is purely online. So I just got to make sure that I mention that. So anyways, you just go down the list, view what is human factors presentation. You click on that. That's going to open up a PowerPoint. Everything that you see within each module is linked. It's very important that if a link is broken in any of the courses that you take with me, that you let me know ahead of time so I can fix it, so you don't have any issues and you meet the deadlines accordingly. So anyways, I clicked on that PDF and this opened up a PDF presentation of human factors and what we will be covering this week. Then there's a video here. You click on that, takes you to YouTube to watch the video. And there is the second presentation this week for human factors, and then the aircraft accident timeline, which pretty much looks like this. Let me just go here.
This is all due for the first module?
Yes. You're mostly reading and
by
viewing.
Sunday?
I'm sorry?
So by Sunday, basically?
Yep. So each module you have 1 week.
Right.
So, okay, moving along. So activity 1.4 is where your assignment is located. So it says, click the link below and download the assignment and questions for this module. Save the file with your last name appended to the end of the file. Very specific how you are to save the file. So N1 and your last name. I have a lot of students, so if you don't do the saving of the file with your last name, not that I'm gonna lose it, but you know, when I have 20 documents open and I'm grading all of them, it's easy for me to just click the X, it's already saved under your name, and I can submit the grade as opposed to looking through 20 files for your name. So anyways, assignment number 1, how do we get there? Press the link, and right here, you're gonna see an attachment. You click on the attachment, that is going to open up a Microsoft Word file that is gonna have what assignments. So for example, for crew resource management and aviation safety, you're gonna have a series of questions, minimum of 5 questions that based on your readings, you're gonna have to answer. For the human factor people, the also private pilot, you're gonna have at least 5 questions to answer. But for the human factors, you're gonna have to do something just a tiny bit different, which is not like a lot of work or anything like that, but let me try to open it so you can see it. All right, in the meantime, we'll let that open up and we'll move on. And again, all of you guys have my phone number, so if there's any questions, just send me a text message before you call me, because if you call me, I may not be able to answer, so it's easier for me to just reply back. Also, email me through the Vaughn College email, not through Sakai. So we were up to assignments. You click the link, you access the attachments, and you submit it. Now, assignments. Every class except for the private pilot class, and I think Tim's the only one from the private pilot class on, you are required to submit all of your papers in APA format following the APA guidelines. Some of you may be coming from high school or from another college and may not be familiar with APA. Your syllabus requires you to buy the APA manual, which is like $20. But if you really don't want to go through the book to find out how to format a paper, this website is found in your announcement section, but Perla is about $40, and it will format any one of your papers based on APA guidelines and styling. Now, an APA paper, I'm going to close this out, looks like this. I'm going to open it. So it has a cover page, and this is a sample. All of you, for every class except the private pilot class, has this example there. You're gonna put the assignment title, your name, the name of the college, the name of the course, faculty, and this is where your actual paper starts. The APA paper, as you will see in your manual or through Perla, all you have to do is put in the information. It will automatically format everything for you. It has to be Times New Roman, font 12, and double space. And then you'll have your reference section. In APA formatting and following guidelines, the references section is one of the most difficult things to do. So that's where your manual or Perla will come in handy. So, and again, you have this in the announcement section for all of the classes except the private pilot, so you can use it as a reference. Okay, discussion. So activity 1.5 this week calls for discussion. Discussion, there are 14 of them every week, every module. Now, you can read through all the stuff here, but three important things. Discussion rubric with scores. So if you want to know how I'm going to grade you, if you want to give me a superior discussion, look at here. Look at what you need to have a superior discussion. If you just want to give me something average, here you are. If you want to give me something poor, you follow the column to the bottom. So that's the discussion rubric. Now, right here it says Module 1 discussion. Week 1 human factors. So this link right here will take you directly to the discussion thread for the week. But before I click on that link, you should read all of this at the bottom because it eventually leads you to the question of the week. So for human factors, the question is roughly 70% of all aviation accidents are attributable, at least in part, to some form of human error. Why do you think human error accidents remain at such a high percent? So you will answer this question. This is this week's question by Thursday for the human factors and aviation safety. If you are in crew resource management and the private pilot class, your post is required to be in by Saturday, and then respond to 3 classmates by Tuesday. Again, if you are in the crew resource management class and the private pilot class, initial forum post is every Saturday, and you must respond to 3 classmates by every Tuesday. If you are in the aviation safety and human factors class, your initial post is required is required by every Thursday and 3 responses to classmates by Sunday. So when you click on this link here, it will take you directly to the human factors discussion. Start a new conversation. You answer the question in this box, title, of course, and you post it. And you're done with that part of the discussion. Let's see. Now, the case study project. So it seems that my free account has 9 minutes left. So we should be done with the case study and white paper in 9 minutes. But I'm going to open up a new meeting. And let me try to do that now. So it can give us a little bit more time here. Hold on. So we're going to put it for 8 o'clock, the 22nd. All right. Well, I'll just schedule that one. Fine. Okay. So anyways, the case study project. Case study project is due for the, sorry, I scrolled up so fast. It's due for the crew resource management class, aviation safety, and human factors. Private pilot, you do not have this. You have other requirements that we will go through. The case study this semester will deal with a selection of an aircraft accident in where human factors was a contributing factor. And that, so that's kind of your topic. The case study is going to be due March 4th and will count as your final and will count as part of 30% of your final grade. So you're going to identify commercial aircraft accident and where human factors was a contributing factor. The case study must be a multimedia case study and must include narration, video, subtitles, and graphics. The video produced must be between 8 to 10 minutes. An interview with an aviation professional must be included in the video. The interview can be recorded or quotes from the interviewee may be used in the video production. So you don't need to show their face in this one. But you must incorporate human factor or CRM or aviation safety concepts into the production to include, for example, the Swiss cheese model, the shell model, all that stuff. Not all of it, but at least pick one. Students must include his or her perspective of the aircraft accident and provide solutions as to how he or she would mitigate this accident from happening again using human factors concepts. The videos can be uploaded to YouTube or any other platform that allows public view of the production. So for the case study, you're going to have 3 deadlines. The major one is March 4th, right? Because that's when your case study is due. But week 2, you're going to need to select that aircraft accident. I would highly recommend using that aircraft accident timeline that I posted above in the presentation. That'll make things a little bit easier. Week number 4, you're just going to report on your progress and tell me what multimedia platform you chose, and that's due by February 18th. And week number 6, you're going to have your final submission, and that's going to be March 4th, 2018. And the way you're going to submit this stuff, it's going to be through a forum, and I'll post the link for you guys and tell you exactly where to post it, because the class, nothing that we do in the class is secret. Everybody should be involved in terms of, oh, my friends picked this accident. So remember, it's first come, first serve. So not 2 people can have the same aircraft accident for their case study project. So the sooner you pick an accident, just post it on the forum, let me know, and I will approve it for you. If it's not approved, then you'll have to choose another one. Which brings us to the white paper project. The white paper project is the second part of the course. It's required for crew resource management, human factors, aviation safety, not private pilots. So this white paper is going to be due on April 29th, 2018. It's going to count as your, your final. This one's supposed to be your final. I'm supposed to change that. And it's going to still be 30% of your grade. So you're still going to have deadlines. So week number 9, you're going to have to identify a problem. And we'll talk about what kind of problem you're going to identify. You're going to do that by April 1st. Week 11, you're going to give me a draft of whatever you have. The more you have, the better, so I can give you feedback. Week number 13, you're going to submit your final submission. So your proposed human factor white paper should be composed of the following: identification of a problem within human factors in aviation. The white paper must advocate your position towards this identified problem. So as we're going through the course, you're going to find some problem, maybe a problem with a certain human factors program, or a crew resource management issue, or an aviation safety hazard. So you're going to identify it, and you're going to persuade the reader of the white paper that your position is the best way. The white paper must be between 2 to 5 pages. Now, crew resource management and aviation safety students are going to work in a group between 2 to 3 students, depending on the class size. If you have any friends, let me know. I'll put you together in that group. Human factors, you're fully online, so you're going to be working on this thing by yourself. You ask, what is a white paper? Well, you're going to have to figure it out. But if you want to know, you click on the link right here that I'm pointing to, and that's going to take you to the Purdue website, and it will show you what a white paper is. Give me